I'm your rich uncle. I want to see my family win. Follow my advice, and you'll be the rich uncle in your family.
Everyone wants financial freedom, but very few people are ready for what it actually takes. The truth is, becoming financially free is not just about earning more money. It's about sacrifice, discipline, patience, and doing things most people avoid. There are no shortcuts, no overnight success stories that last, and no magic system that replaces hard decisions. In this video, we're going to break down the harsh reality behind financial freedom, the part nobody likes to talk about, but everyone needs to understand. Let's get into it. Today we will talk about the harsh truth about becoming financially free. So before we start, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. 1. Financial freedom is not about motivation, it is about reality. Most people misunderstand financial freedom because they approach it emotionally instead of structurally. They get inspired by success stories, but they ignore the invisible years of struggle behind them. The truth is, motivation fades quickly, but systems and habits remain. Financial freedom is built when you repeatedly make correct financial decisions even when you don't feel like it. It is not about being excited, it is about being consistent. Another hidden reality is that progress is often extremely slow in the beginning, which makes people doubt the process. They assume they are failing when in reality they are simply in the foundation building stage. Financial freedom requires accepting that results will lag behind effort for a long time. Once you accept this mismatch between effort and reward, you stop chasing quick validation and start building long-term structure. 2. You must trade comfort before you gain freedom. The uncomfortable truth is that financial freedom always demands a temporary reduction in comfort. This is where most people quit. They want better lives without changing their current habits. But comfort is expensive in the early stage of wealth building because it consumes the very resources needed for growth. Every time you choose entertainment over skill building or spending over saving, you are choosing short-term comfort over long-term freedom. The harsh part is that this sacrifice is not occasional, it is consistent. You must repeatedly choose discipline over desire. Even simple things like waking up early, learning difficult skills, or working extra hours feel uncomfortable at first. But over time, this discomfort becomes your advantage because most people refuse to endure it. Financial freedom is often just the reward for being willing to be uncomfortable longer than others. 3. Your income alone will not make you free. A major misconception is that more income automatically solves financial problems. In reality, income without structure often leads to more consumption, not more freedom. People upgrade their lifestyle as soon as they earn more, which resets their financial progress. This is why many high earners still feel stuck. Financial freedom depends on the gap between income and expenses, not income alone. If that gap is zero, there is no progress. Another overlooked issue is lack of investment behavior. Without investing, money loses value over time due to inflation and spending habits. True freedom requires converting income into assets that generate more income. Until this shift happens, you are simply exchanging time for money at different levels, not building independence. 4. Discipline matters more than opportunities. Opportunities are everywhere, but discipline is rare. This is one of the hardest truths to accept. Many people believe they need a breakthrough moment, but in reality most breakthroughs come from boring repetition. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when there is no immediate reward or recognition. It is easy to start something. The real challenge is continuing when results are slow. Most people fail not because they lack knowledge, but because they lack consistency. They start multiple things but finish none. Financial freedom requires long periods of invisible effort where progress is not obvious. The people who succeed are not the ones who find the best opportunity, but the ones who stay consistent long enough for their effort to compound into results. 5. Time is the most important asset you are ignoring. Time is the most underestimated factor in financial success. People often think they can delay action without consequence, but in reality, delay has a massive cost. Every month or year spent without building skills, income streams, or investments reduces future potential. This is because financial growth compounds over time. Early actions have disproportionate impact compared to later actions. For example, starting to save or invest even small amounts early can outperform large amounts invested later. However, most people delay because they want perfect timing or perfect knowledge. The harsh truth is that perfect timing does not exist. Time will pass regardless of your actions, so the only question is whether it is being used to build or wasted in hesitation. 6. Most people fail because they avoid skill development. Skills are the foundation of financial freedom, but most people avoid building them because skill development feels slow and uncomfortable. Instead, they chase shortcuts like trends, hacks, or easy money schemes. The problem is that shortcuts do not create stability. Skills do. A high-income skill increases your earning power regardless of external conditions. Without skills, you remain dependent on systems you cannot control. Another issue is shallow learning. Many people start learning but stop before mastery. Real financial growth requires deep, focused learning in one area until it becomes valuable in the market. Skill development is not glamorous, but it is one of the most reliable paths to long-term independence. 7. Emotional control is more important than strategy. Even the best financial strategy fails if emotions are not controlled. Emotional decision-making leads to inconsistency, which destroys progress. Fear causes people to avoid opportunities, while greed causes them to take unnecessary risks. Comparison creates dissatisfaction, leading people to abandon their plans. The truth is that financial success requires emotional stability during both good and bad times. You must remain consistent when results are slow, and remain disciplined when results are fast. Many people lose progress not because they are incapable, but because they react emotionally to short-term outcomes. Financial freedom requires thinking long-term even when short-term emotions push you in another direction. 8. Financial freedom is a system, not a destination. The final truth is that financial freedom is not something you reach and stop working on. It is a system that must be maintained continuously. Many people assume that once they achieve financial stability, the struggle ends. But without maintenance, stability can quickly disappear. Expenses grow, habits weaken, and risks increase over time. True financial freedom requires constant attention to income diversification, investment growth, and risk management. It is an ongoing process of balancing earning, saving, and protecting wealth. Those who understand this build systems that continue to work even more. Those who don't often fall back into financial stress after temporary.
My future millionaires. That's a wrap for today. If you got some value from this, don't just sit on it. Hit that like button. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And of course, subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on more money-making secrets. Turn on those notifications because wealth waits for no one. Stay smart. Stay hungry. And I'll see you in the next one. Let's get rich.